What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be trying to get the E30 ready to run. I don't think it'll be running in this video, but we do have some good progress to be made still. In the last video you saw we put the engine in, but there's still a ton to do. Here's my list that I made at the end of last video, and I'll go through that with you. And it's just basically little stuff, tedious stuff that can't really film too much. It's just small stuff, so I'll run through that list. I needed to do the center support bearing on the drive shaft. That was completely messed up on the drive shaft that came out of this car. So I replaced that already, did that off camera, and the drive shaft is currently bolted into the diff. I need to do some changes to the transmission, which I'll go over in a second. I need to put the trans mount on, which I already did. Valve cover, I'm going to end up powder coating this, much like the front covers down there. You can't really see them, but I'm gonna powder coat it red. I'm waiting on Artie to do a prismatic powder order, just because shipping is kind of crazy. It's, you know, $10 a pound for the powder, which I only need 1 pound hopefully, but it's $15 to ship it. So I was waiting on a kind of a group buy with that. I need to do all the wire connections in the engine bay. I've been kind of plugging stuff in as I see, as I'm going through. We still have a ton of stuff left unplugged, as you can see here and right there and over here. There's a ton. So need to go through that, hook everything up. The starter, I had forgot to put that on before I had put it in the car. It's down in that little dark hole right there. That was a pain to do. Got that done. It's tight, it's connected, it's ready to go. And then the radiator, need to put that on. I was waiting until I could mount the bolt the trans up into the position that it's going to be in, because I'm pretty sure I need the clearance to do the clutch fan and radiator, drop them in at the same time. So I'm going to do that. I'm waiting on that. I need to put coolant in it after I make that. I need to, well, before the coolant, I need to put the connect the radiator. So that's this hose and this hose, which I just got, so that's nice. I also need to run the lines to this. This is brand new. The old one was cracked, so I'm going to be transferring parts from that one to the new one. And I had done this 3-way hose, I guess. It goes to the heater core from the thermostat, and it goes to the overflow. So that was kind of a pain. It was tedious. I need to put oil in it. It doesn't have any oil in it right now, so I need to remember to do that. Fuel lines, I'm going to end up I'm definitely going to replace these. This one has a crack right there. They're old and hard and brittle, so I'm just going to replace all the fuel lines. I don't want any, you know, junk in my injectors. I don't even know if these injectors are good, so that's why I'm kind of saying that I'm not hopeful to get this car started in this video, but if I could get it prepped to, then great. Down the list, I need to do the exhaust. So again, waiting on drive shaft to go up first. To do that, I need to put the hood back on. That'll probably be the last step, honestly. I had on my list to tighten the motor mounts. I already did that, so that's taken care of each side. And then clutch fan, again, waiting on the trans to go up in its place. Shifter linkage, it was, I don't know if you saw in the time lapse, it was completely disconnected, just because it's easier to put it, the trans and the engine in the car without it hanging past. So I put that back in, it's ready to go. Slave cylinder, I already connected that, so good to go on that. And then last step, which probably isn't necessary to get this car started, but I need to go over and put the interior back in. I wasn't really worried about this because, you know, it's it's not really important right now. What was important was getting an engine that was suitable for the car, was going to run, everything like that. So next clip is going to be the output flange on my transmission that's in the car right now is wrong. It is a larger 110 millimeter, I think, and I need the 95 millimeter output flange, so I'm going to be ripping it off of the old trans that was in this car, the original one, putting that output flange on this transmission, and I'll show you guys how to do that on the transmission on the ground over there. But the reason I need to do that, my drive shaft is a small output, or small Guibo size, and my Guibo, I needed a small one. So I'm going to get that prepped and get the tools out necessary to do that, and I will get back to you guys when I'm ready to go. Alright guys, so we're set up at the output flange of the trans. The tools you'll need is a modified 30 mil. So this was ground down on the edge right here just for this application. So the reason you need to do that is because the sidewall of the 30 mil usually is way too big to fit into this little groove right here in between the flange itself and the nut. So we ground this one down, it fits snug in there, and it should be able to take it off. I'm going to use an impact, and then you always need a hammer for some persuasion. I don't know yet if I will need to use a 3-jaw puller. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, and then if we do, then a 17 for that. Your puller might be a different size socket to get that done, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We might not even need to use it. So I'm gonna get started, and yeah, you can watch that process. Alright guys, so as you can see, there's two parts to this. It is a actual nut, and then some type of dust shield, I'm assuming, and it goes and encapsulates the nut like that. So now that we have this off, this should just pull right out. You know, I might be able to do it by hand, I might not, so we'll see. Alright, so looks like I'll need to use the puller. I'm gonna get that set up and we can do that. Alright guys, so I got that set up. We are going to use the 17, like I said, put it right on the end, and get this flange off. All right, so there we go. That's all you need to do. You know, it's easier said than done, of course, like most things on cars, but it is a geared type of deal in there, so that slots in, and yeah, you just slide it off. I'm gonna go do the one underneath the car. I figured I can't really film that, so this is a good opportunity to show you right here on this one on the ground outside of the car. So did that. I'm gonna go do the one under the car, and I will get back to you after I do that. Alright guys, so I just got the one off of my car. It was this one. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's a little bit bigger diameter, bolt hole wise. So we are going to put this back on the transmission. I'll go ahead and show that process, and that's where your hammer comes in. When removing it from my car, I did not even need to use the puller on this one. So, you know, you might not need to use one, you might need to, like on this transmission. I personally didn't need to on my car, but this one I did. So it just depends. I don't really know why or how, but you know, your mileage may vary. So to put these on, you are going to try to line up these gears with the I guess it'd be like the male end on this side. So we're gonna line that up right now. You kind of just spin it until you find like a little groove and it stays on itself. What I do, and this may or may not be the right way to do it, but this modified socket that I have, I'm gonna put it right here and hammer the back of the socket. It's gonna push it on enough to where the threads for the nut will be exposed. So then you can tighten this on and tighten it down. So I'm going to show that, and you know, you'll see the progress on that. So like I said, we're going to put this socket in here. We're just going to drive this gear on, try to line it up straight. Doing? Should I leave this off?
What?
The
Large?
bigger?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull one off my trains.
Okay. Alright guys, so I got the drive shaft in. I also did some work off camera, replaced the fuel lines, did some more wire connections, and put the oil in. So I have enough to possibly start the car. So I'm gonna try that real quick. If it doesn't work, then this clip is meaningless. But I got a lot of work done. So I'm gonna try to start it. Hopefully it starts. We'll see. Oh, that's cool. Nothing happens.
You have the starter wire,
Yeah.
even that little ground you had to switch.
All right. So as we can see, didn't start. That's cool. Also, no grounds on it. So that's probably, you know, if I had to guess, that's probably my issue. So I'm gonna put this ground on and maybe try to find another, and you know, then hopefully it'll at least crank. So yeah, we'll see. All right, added the ground. We're gonna try it again. Maybe.
Was that fuel pump running?
You got some smoke right here.
Oh, word.
It was like right in this general area.
Well,
I don't think that's the ideal spot for smoke.
does it smell like? It doesn't smell like smoke.
Was it you?
It was a little. No,
Okay.
it was a little. Well, both times that you tried though, it was a little bit coming up out of there. I wonder if it was just the ground.
You want to disconnect your fuel up here and stick it in a cup and see if you get
Yeah.
fuel
Watch
coming
out,
out?
watch-
If this sprays a bunch of fuel on me, I'm gonna be a little.
It's a low pressure system. I say that. I mean, it's like 20 psi or 25, I think.
Very low.
It's not 60 like GM shit.
20 psi
Oh.
into your eyes.
Cool. No fuel. You want to disconnect it right there and see if I swapped them?
Yeah. You traced the line, right?
Yeah. Doesn't mean I did it right.
I bet you did.
I also didn't change.
Is it wet?
No.
Neither am
Yeah, here,
I.
hand it to me.
Fuel filter's just freaking clogged.
Try it again. Oh, I see the smoke.
Yeah.
Where from?
It's coming out of one of these connectors.
That's so cool.
Do it again. It's still doing it.
Still smoking?
Yeah.
Have the connector?
It looks like it, but it's probably not actually the connector. Do it one more time. Oh, okay, it's further down here. Oh wait, it's warm.
What is it? Oh, my alternator? To the ground.
Yeah. E30.
That ground.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, you were just grinding on it.
That's funny.
No.
I mean,
doesn't
it wasn't
mean-
like hot. It'd be cool.
Okay, do it again. I'm gonna watch the ground. No?
The friction.
Okay, I've got. Do you know which one of these was to your crankshaft?
No.
I don't know which one is which either. Try now.
Are the fuel lines still disconnected?
No, they're just like they're not clamped down. I don't see the smoke anymore.
I don't smell it.
It probably just needs to burn off a little.
Yeah.
So you have 3 plugs here that I think that one goes down to the oil fill, so I don't think it's that. So it's one of these 2, but I don't know which one is which. Here, let me spray some brake clean up inside the
It'd be so sick. Do you even have any brake clean?
I bought 1 can yesterday and used most of it, but I saved a little bit.
Oh, there's also a port on the back of that intake that is just wide open. For that
This
tube,
one?
The tube, yeah. Not the rubber part.
Dang, it's not big enough. Still not big enough.
Why is I'm even getting spark?
I don't know. I've got extra spark plugs over here we can check.
Alright. That's. I love when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking fall over the windshield. Shit going everywhere.
That was dumb.
Who was using the flat road outside?
No one. Wasn't me.
Yep.
Ooh! Finally!
Which means it's fuel system somewhere.
Hell yeah.
But it does mean that theoretically that means this brake fluid should start it.
You know, also, I have not confirmed that this even has gas in it.
Brother. How you going?
I ain't got that.
Well, because I knew it didn't have spark, so I was like, I'm just trying to get spark like when I first got it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got spark. That's
More brake clean.
Yeah, we probably need to get a jump back on this thing. Are you holding the throttle body?
No,
You do?
I can't. Woo! All right, well, here.
Holy shit!
Holy
Can you
shit.
move that over a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, what is smoking so big? Maybe just out of the exhaust.
Yeah, probably doesn't matter.
Probably.
That doesn't either.
We have a fire extinguisher? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Good call.
exhaust. Okay, yeah, go ahead and do it again.
That's crazy.
Gotta go get the jump pack over there.
Damn it. It did power up a little bit though.
One time, one good time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that.
It's pretty straight.
Hey, did y'all hear the big boom yet?
Oh yeah.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
Fuck yeah.
Wait, someone said 4 booms, and someone said 3.
said 4, so I'll give you one more.
boom! Oh, fuck me.
All right, second try.
Okay, go for it.
Turn it all the way over and then.
Do what?
You can just. Yep, and then that hole that we were blocking, it drains it out.
Yes, it does.
You like my blocking device for the other hole?
Okay, hang on. Go for it. One more time!
I did.
Go for it.
Two. Got 2 out of
I just gotta figure out fuel. That's cool. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
2 good ones.
And I tell you what, it's nice to know that it worked. You're getting.
All right, so we got it started on some brake clean. We tested the voltage at the fuel pump. It does have voltage, so that means either a bad fuel pump or I never checked the gas level. So we'll put some gas in it because that's easier. But yeah, so started. That's cool. See ya.